So just yesterday, Peter Doocy once again went straight to task against Karine Jean Pierre when it comes to Biden's border policy. This time, Biden's starting to change his tune. It's all over the news. His administration is now considering changing their policy on asylum seekers, those who are gaining illegal entry into the United States of America. Karine Jean Pierre knows this. His entire administration knows this. They're doing this because there's an election coming up, and the border is one of the worst failures of this administration. So just like Gavin Newsom cleans up the streets when he has his buddies from China come over, let's go ahead and clean up our border just in time for that. So Peter Doocy is going to ask Karine Jean Pierre about this. She's going to pretend like she has no idea what she's talking about, and then she's going to give her answer. We're going to make sure that you get all the facts. Check it out.
Else President Biden has promised is a more humane border policy than Trump. So why would he even be considering now a border policy that is more similar to Trump?
What border policy are you talking about?
Axios is reporting that the legal authority Biden is considering using powered Trump's Muslim ban and similar sweeping restrictions at the border.
I'm not going to get into or comment on individual policy option that's being speculated right now. As I said before, no decisions have been made. We want to make sure, the president has been very clear, he wants to make sure that our country is safer.
So enough of that. She's going to dodge the entire thing, but Peter Doocy is going to give her another good zinger. Her answer is ridiculous. Check this out.
On the consideration of these new executive orders for the border, what changed between the time President Biden said, "We are a nation who says if you want to flee and you're freeing oppression, you should come," and now?
I don't understand. What do you mean? Your question, I don't get.
As a candidate, President Biden was telling people to come to the border. So what has changed since then?
I don't have the context of this quote that you're giving me, but what I will say is this.
Okay, it's the context. So Peter Doocy is correct. Joe Biden always said, come, we're going to open the border up for you. We're going to let you in. That's exactly what he's doing. And now he's changing his tune. She doesn't know the context. Let me show you the context.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
How you can watch this and not realize that these people are just liars straight to your face, that they have a clear agenda at hand. They've even said what it is. This has nothing to do with Republicans and Congress. Congress doesn't need to pass another law for the President of the United States to secure the borders of the U.S. Nothing else needs to get passed. He can do it today if he wanted to, without any legislative action. That's the lie that they tell you. Oh, well, you know, the Senate passed something through, but then the House Republicans, they just stalled. The House Republicans, nothing needs to get passed through Congress for the president to secure the borders of the country. He has all of the power he needs invested within him in order to do it now. And he already said he doesn't want to do it. He ran on that platform. So stop lying to people. Looking them in the face, telling them you have no idea what they're talking about, and that it's Republicans' fault. It's your fault. This is what you want. Just own it. Just tell the American people, this is what we want. We want these people pouring across. We think this is a good thing. At least be honest with them, because that's what they really believe. Now, they primarily think it's a good thing for them, because they believe that this is a big voting block that they're going to get in the future. They truly do believe this. They're not voters in the elections today, but eventually they would like to get these millions, which is now tens of millions of people, to be voters across the board. They will put it into action with the goal of Democrats receiving, I don't know, the majority, like 80% of their votes, which would keep them in power in perpetuity into the future for a very long time, until there's a great awakening and people realize that they're voting in, just like what's happening to the inner cities, how inner cities have had Democrats in charge for like decades, like 80, 90 years, some of these inner cities, and they've ruined the inner cities, ruined them. I mean, criminal activity, garbage. I mean, it's just terrible. And Democrats have been charged for decades in these cities. And it's funny how these Democrats who have been charged for so long in these inner cities still blame other people. Well, it's not us. It's Trump. He ruined it in 4 years. We had everything working perfectly here. So let me get this straight, Democrats. You've been in charge of this city, say, for 80 years in a row. Barack Obama was the president for 8 years in a row. Now you've had Joe Biden president for 4 years, you can't get your inner city into order with your policies. There's still racism abounding. There's still criminal activity abounding. With all of that, how is it possible? What do you need? What do you need in order to get it into control? 100% Democrat control? Well, I mean, it's just crazy. These liars, they're so terrible. Anyway, thank goodness for Peter Doocy here, always calling her to task and making her squirm around and having to lie like this so that we can call her out on a video like this, so that the good people who watch these things can truly understand who these people are. What do you think about it? Leave your comments below. I'll catch you in the next video.